Hey everyone, this is Alex with the Lawn Review. I've got today's review, Ryobi 40V blower, 155 mile per hour. They're all called Ryobi 40V blowers, so it's kind of hard to tell. This one is not from the One Plus series. It takes a 40V battery. The One Plus is 18 volt, and I'm here to tell you about the ins and outs of this blower. When I'm picking a blower and I'm looking between gas and electric, there's really a couple of things that I'm looking for. So when we're looking at gas, that's typically what commercial landscapers use. That's what people with bigger yards use. They can run a long time, they're loud, they're noisy, but they are powerful. So that's why everybody uses them. They can blow huge piles of leaves a long distance versus blowers that are electric tend to be plugged in or have batteries, and they're just not as powerful. They don't last as long from a charging perspective, and they're better for things like patios, decks, porches, driveways, grass clippings, leaves in the backyard. But really, if you have a big yard, got some acreage, or you've got some sticky wet leaves around, or you have a business, I definitely recommend a gas blower. Something we're really big on at the Lawn Review is putting things in common English. So you'll see a lot of things if you look at blower reviews or read some other ones or look at like the specs on Home Depot. It's all technical terms. There's things they talk about like CFMs, which are kind of important. Newtons, which, you know, the only Newton I care about is Fig Newton. You're gonna name a power thing for a blower off of Sir Isaac Newton, that dork who had an apple fall on his head and blamed it on an imaginary thing called gravity? No, that's not important. One thing I really care about is miles per hour, MPH, and that's really going to be one of the most important things, that and CFM. So CFM is cubic feet per minute. It's not that helpful of a metric. You will see some blowers with a lower CFM that have a higher mile per hour. All that really is doing is correlating the opening here, which is probably like 2.5 inches to miles per hour. So there are some that have high CFMs but really wide openings at the end, and those don't blow as fast. They don't have super high miles per hour because they're covering a large area. So it's like a big gust of wind coming out. Versus this one, I don't know what the CFMs are, I don't care, but it's got a relatively small opening and a relatively high miles per hour. So that's what I care about when I look at blowers. To me, what the work I'm trying to accomplish, I'm trying to move things off of our deck, off of our patio, off of our driveway, and out of my garage. I'm not trying to blow massive piles of leaves across an acre of yard onto the street. And so I'm gonna go with one that's higher miles per hour, lower nozzle, electric's fine, and I imagine probably 70 to 80% of homeowners are on the same boat as me. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at this. I don't really care about all the other technical specifications. And so I'm really just trying to get the job done and get back inside or move on to the next job I have. What I like about that Ryobi 40V blower is that the 40V battery can also be used with a trimmer I have a trimmer and edger combo. Actually, I have the 3-in-1 from Ryobi that came with a blower attachment. The blower attachment sucks, so do not buy it. I've gone through 2. If I were to go start it right now, you hear this weird high-pitched spinning noise. So I don't know why, I haven't done anything to it, haven't used it but like 50 times each, maybe max. So that's why we upgraded to this. Use the same battery. I got it for tool only. The tool only version comes without the battery. The battery works with it, see? And it was super cheap on Amazon. I think I got it for less than $100. And it's been great. I've used it a bunch of times since then, and highly recommend it. Another thing I really love about this blower is that it's light. It is super light. It's only like 400 pounds. And so for me, you know, like 400 pounds is not much. So just kidding. It's actually like 3.5, 4, 5 pounds. I don't know, you could look it up, but the most important thing to me isn't necessarily the spec, it's what it feels like to carry. So for me, I'm carrying it. It's super easy to maneuver, super easy to spin around. My shoulder doesn't like really get cockeyed when I'm using it, and it doesn't tweak my back or anything. So I really like that. As someone who has back problems, it also comes with this battery, where the battery can be sold separately and used with other tools, but battery weighs just about as much as the blower. So you put it on, it's super easy to put on. You literally just slide it in. You can check the battery on the back here. We've had this battery for like 4 years, and you can check the charge on it. So for me, I can do trimming, I can do edging, and I can use the blower all in one charge. Some people don't have that. If you have like a Ryobi lawnmower, you probably won't be able to do that unless you get another battery. But for me, it works just fine. So I can use the same battery for 3 different uses, all on one day on the weekend. So I love it. Super easy to use for me. Light. I absolutely recommend it. 184. Okay. Another thing I love about this blower, it's super light, easy to store. It's literally on like a bike rack here. It doesn't matter if it really falls. So plastic mostly, it's gonna last a long time. And if I ever get a bigger house, bigger yard, whatever, I'll probably just get a different blower. They've got some other good ones. Ryobi's got a brushless whisper one that's super, super strong. Probably the strongest electric blower on the market. Battery powered, brushless, whisper. It's quiet. It's kind of amazing. So that'll probably be my next purchase. Whenever I have a bigger yard. So if you don't like this one for whatever reason, or have a bigger yard, I recommend that one. It's probably more powerful than most gas blowers, and it takes a battery, and it's a beast.